When the Nigerian government privatized the country's power monopoly PHCN back in 2013, everyone had expected that was the beginning of the end of the country's perennial electricity crisis. But 3 years after, it is still the same old problem. Regular supply of electricity is still a rarity, and that is despite the massive investments made in the energy sector since private owners took control. At the heart of the current crisis is a 400 billion naira debt the private operators say they are being owed. At the receiving end of the blame game is the 11 distribution companies who are at the end of the Nigerian electricity market value chain and are directly responsible for distributing power to homes. The discos, as they are called, make only 30% remittances on the invoices they get on a monthly basis, and such poor remittances is now taking a huge toll, especially on the generation and gas companies. Among the discos is Ikeja Electric, one of two major distribution companies in charge of Lagos. Spokesperson of the firm, Felix Ofolue, says the problem is that the company too is being heavily owed.
What we're currently being owed are in the excess of 78 billion. Now this is a combination of all our customers, including the maximum demand, the non-maximum demand customers, as well as the government agency.
The discos say the huge debt, in addition to the low tariff they charge, is making it difficult for them to meet their obligations to the generation and gas companies, and also inhibiting investment in critical infrastructure upgrade.
If we had that fund in our coffers, we were able to, apart from upgrading our infrastructure, at least do a lot of purchase of vital equipment to enhance our network, and even metering as well. It will go a long way in helping us to meet our customers as well.
For now, the discos are mounting pressure on the government to compel its ministries and agencies to pay up their own component of the debt. But how fast that could happen is anyone's guess. The generation and gas companies on their part say if the situation is not resolved fast enough, they might be forced to withdraw their services to the discos. And now, when that happens, Nigeria will go into darkness.
We also purchase electricity. We pay for what we get. So not like in the past where everything was being run centrally. Now you have to pay transmission, you have to pay generation. So each energy supply we get, we pay for it. And then if we cannot afford to pay for it, then it becomes a problem because we will not be able to get supply.
Nigeria currently generates over 4,000 megawatts of electricity, a far cry from its actual consumption need. The average rate being paid as energy charged by residential consumers across the country is 22 naira 8 kobo per kilowatt. Now, the private operators say that is too low to drive further investment in the sector. But with electricity supply still as erratic as ever, the issue of further tariff hike is not flying with consumers. As for the impending blackout, everyone believes the gencos and discos, as well as the government, will eventually find a middle ground to avert it. Deji, Badmus, CCTV, Lagos, Nigeria.